Hello, good day everyone. Welcome back to my classroom online. This is Business Math Quarter 2, Lesson 6. Today, I will be going to discuss to you about spreadsheet for computation of salary and overtime pay. This is your teacher, Perla Pelicano Corpez, now signing on. What you need to know. At the end of this video lesson, you are expected to use spreadsheet in the computation of salary and overtime pay, and you are going to present graphical representation of the details of the particulars of the salary. Okay, let us explore some more. On this slide is a picture of an Excel window. Now, you will be going to identify the parts of the Microsoft Excel. Choose the answer from the list below. Are you ready? Now, let's start. Okay, we have here numbers. So we have this portion. I will I will try to point this. Okay, this portion is which is marked A1 is marked number 1 as well. So what is number 1? Okay, any guess? Yes, very good. This is address bar. And for number 2, this one, the numbers here, this is mark number 2. What is this? Yes, that's row. How about this from A, B, 2, and so on? This portion here. Okay, this is okay, that's column. And how about this portion here? Okay, this is formula bar. How about this portion here? This portion, the whole thing. That's number 5. It's spreadsheet. And the portion here, this one, it's number 6. Okay, that's cell. Now, that's some of the major parts of an Excel or Microsoft Excel or a spreadsheet. Okay. Okay, for you to explore, let us have this sample. Using the data given, get the sum of all the figures by opening the Excel spreadsheet and entering the data below. Okay, let us start the sample sheet. I would like you to look into this. So, in this portion, you put the title of the worksheet, which is total hours of work. It is being uh, merged in and center because that's a title. Then we have here the subtitle on each column. So we have here the name, the first. Wa pa man din nahuputangi og kanang kuan mga oras. So how untahing butang oras. 8 hours, for example, 8 hours, 9, 14, nag-overtime na siya. Ay lang na to i-overtime sa 8 ra lang maghihapon. Test, test 8, tas nag-overtime siya dire, tas dire pod nag-overtime sad. Ana. Tas si Bustos kontahay 9 hours. Tas dire 10 hours. Then dire 10 pod. Unsa 8. Cha 8. Cha 8. Then dire 8. 8. Sample na ni class. 8, 10, 8, 8. Dire 10, 10, 8, 8, 9, 9. Then dire 10, 8, 8, 8, wait, 8, 8. Now, what you are going to do is how you are going to uh, get the sum of all the hours, meaning the total works in hours. So simply click your cursor here, dire lang sa kinalasan. Then, try to click this. And then this portion, then the summation symbol, then click sum. Automatically, it will highlight this portion here. If naay laptop or computer nga wala ni maka-highlight, you can highlight this. Or you can simply type this equal sum, then open parenthesis B3 because this is column B, row 3. Up to, then take note they have here the colon, up to G, column G, row 3. After that, you press enter. Then, try to put back your cursor here and locate at the bottom right corner of your eyes. You can see the black cross. Then you have to put your cursor there and then double click. There you go. That's how simple. And these are the hours, number of hours in and this particular employees are working for the whole week. Okay. For this slide, you are going to have this activity where you are going to try to guess which step should be done first. Just explore to come up for the total regular pay, total overtime pay, and gross earning. So just try to select what are the steps that should be done first when these given numbers below 1 to 9 step. Then you are going to follow it here so that you can come up with the total regular pay, the total overtime pay, and the gross earning. So this is just a practice. Okay, don't you worry if your answer is wrong because we can always correct our mistakes. So that's life, okay? As we go on, you are going to learn more on how to do it. Okay, okay. Now let's proceed to our main discussion. Please listen. Okay, this lesson one, it's all about spreadsheet, computation, and presentation. So when we say computation, we're going to compute the salaries and wages. So computation of salaries and wages of employees can be overwhelming and complicated, especially if the company has a lot of employees. So learning how to use the Microsoft Excel can simplify it. It can help track the employee's wages by using a formula that involves total hours worked, regular time hours worked, and overtime hours worked. So, what is spreadsheet, by the way? Okay, spreadsheet is an arrangement of cells in columns and in rows that is used to organize and calculate data. It can be a numerical value, text, references, and functions. What about Microsoft Excel? A Microsoft Excel is a computer program where you can create spreadsheet. There are 65,536 cells and 256 columns in each spreadsheet, and there are 3 tabs open by default. Latest update of worksheet has 16,384 rows. Total cells per worksheet is 17,179,869,184, depending on the version of the applications. Now, what is the difference between spreadsheet and worksheet? Well, the difference between spreadsheet and worksheet is that spreadsheet software allows users to organize data in rows and columns and performs calculations on the data, while the rows and columns in a spreadsheet collectively are called worksheet. Again, these rows and columns in a spreadsheet collectively are called a worksheet. So, there is no such difference between worksheet and spreadsheets. Did you get? Okay, very good. Okay, now let us start figuring out how to compute the different computation in making your payroll of your employees. Okay, um, let us have the first step. Step one is you're going to open a new Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. So on your computer, you can open a new Excel spreadsheet. If you have the MS Office, you are going to open the Microsoft Excel as we can see in our figure that is being shown. And if you have the WPS, you can open the spreadsheet. Okay, number two is you're going to create column names. Then below are the important data that are needed to compute for the payroll. So other payroll may include additional compensation aside from the salaries. So you are going to type in each cell the following, the given below here. Okay. Also note that also note that on the deduction sides, the examples given are all mandatory, meaning it is prescribed by the government. It's mandatory. So the allowable deductions can also include other company deductions such as loans or cash advance. So that's it. Okay? Okay, step three is you're going to enter the data that are needed. So in our example, these are the data. And note that the blank columns are the area where you will need to make a formula so that you can compute. Okay, for number four step is you are going to create column names. So we have here example. So in this portion, the first row, we have here, I will let you, ipakita na ho. I will show you this. I have here this one. So we have here Abaya, the employee number one, has 445 hours daily, 445 ang iyang daily rate per day. Na siya'y natrabaho nga 13 the total days of work. So 13 days. So in the per day for 45. So i-multiply ra nimo. How to do it? You're going to type equals, then you click this, then asterisk 4 times. If you're going to multiply, you press asterisk, then you click this. After that, you click enter. Okay? Okay. Okay, the next is press the enter as I've told you in the before the slide. And before this slide, I told you that next is enter. So this is it. You are going to press enter and the total regular pay will automatically appear. So you're going to copy the cell and apply it to the remaining cell below. So you have that. So just copy that one then apply. Or you can have the what I have given you, you're going to find the to find the black cross, then double click. So, yan na siya. So, that's it. Next, na next is for B, for the column B, total overtime pay, you are going to get the total overtime pay is you are going to click equals, and then on the total overtime pay here, you are going to uh, click this one plus times this one. That's the rate of your the rate. To multiply the rate with this one. Again, ang balikon. You click equals, nana mo din ha, nana mo nga column, equals, then click this, then asterisk, then click this, then press enter. Okay? Okay. On the next step is you're going to compute for the total gross earnings. So to get this, simply add the total regular pay and the total overtime pay by clicking the equals on the GTE cell, then click TRP cell followed by plus and then enter. So this is how to do it. You are going to click your cursor here. If your cursor is already here, you type equals. Gets? After that, you click the total regular pay. You click this. Then type plus sign. Then click this. And then press enter. Okay. Okay, for the next step, we are going to compute the total deduction. So same as what we have done with the gross total earnings, we are going to click on this portion. I will show you again. Again, I will show you. You have here. Okay. You are going to put your cursor here. Okay. This cell, you are going to put your cursor here. After putting that, you are going to type equals. Okay. And then click this, type plus sign, then click this, another plus sign, click this, another plus sign, and lastly, click this. After clicking that, you press enter. So that's it. Okay, for the next step, we are going to compute for the net pay. So you are going to, again, I will show you. Okay, so we have here the sample. Okay, so you are going to put your cursor here again for the last time. Put your cursor here, then again type equal sign. After typing equal sign, you are going to click the total, the gross total earnings. This one. Click here. After clicking this, you type minus, the minus sign to deduct. Minus sign, then click deductions, the total deductions. After clicking this portion here, press enter. Okay? Okay. Okay, for the next activity, you are going to read the story below and help Mrs. Rico find solution for her problem. So while you're still reading, you need to pause the video and then do the activity afterwards. Note, you are going to send your output to me via PM and then inform me also on your GC for easy checking, okay? Okay. Okay, you look great. It looks like the discussions above gave you a better understanding of the week's lessons. And now, let me check if you can still recall the discussion on the benefits and deductions. Okay. Um, Write the missing words in a separate sheet of paper. Uh, Let us start. Number one, the blank helps organizing the data and provides every employee a summary of all his earnings. What is this? Then number two, blank is a part of Microsoft Office that is used in creating the spreadsheet. What is that? Number three, you need to click on the blank when you are starting formula in a spreadsheet, or what particular mathematical symbols you're going to click when you are going to start writing a formula on a spreadsheet. Okay, next, number four, the plus sign should be typed if you want to add other data, and blank if you want to multiply. What symbol is that if you're going to multiply? Okay. Number five. Number five, to see the final result of the formula you created, you must press the blank. Hello, what is that? Number six, Microsoft Excel is an electronic spreadsheet application that enables users to store, organize, calculate, and manipulate the data with the use of blank. Okay, number seven, spreadsheet can be compared to a paper ledger sheet. It consists of rows and columns, and their intersection is called blank. Okay. Number eight, by using the blank function, you can get the total sum in a row or column of a spreadsheet. Okay, what is that? Okay, number nine, you can actually activate a cell by blank the cell. Then, number 10, there are blank cells in each Excel spreadsheet. There are blank cells in each Excel spreadsheet. Okay. Okay. The next activity is what you can do. So your father had some major house repairs for your house, of course. So he hired people to work and finish the repair in 1 week. So Mang Jojo um, was hired as the carpenter, who agreed to have 600 pesos per day. Okay. And Kuya Alan, his helper, agreed to have 450 pesos per day. And lastly, we have Kuya Leo, um, who is master for floor tile, agreed to have 500 pesos per day. Okay. So, again, Mang Jojo, the carpenter, Kuya Alan, the helper, and Kuya Leo for tilings, for the floor tile. Oh, so what you're going to do is, uh, Mang Jojo worked for 6 days. So, Mang Jojo worked for 6 days but had a cash advance of 600 pesos. While Kuya Alan worked for 4.5 days. And Kuya Leo worked for 5 days and had a cash advance of 500 pesos. So what you're going to do now is you are going to make a spreadsheet to help your father make a computation and an Excel spreadsheets, so that you will learn what the total wages of the worker. So that in that way you can help your father. Okay, do it. Okay, great. Now let us see whether you really learned something from our discussion by taking this evaluation. So I want you to take this simple assessment. Just complete and create your own MS Excel spreadsheet for the data given below. To submit it, you can take a picture of your or screenshot of your activity and send it to your subject teacher, or and then after sending this, by the way, you have to send this via PM, and then you are going to comment to your GC that you're going to inform me that you have already submitted in you through your PM. Okay, so that I find it easy in checking your work. Okay, so that's it. Good luck to your assessment. Okay, for your additional activity class, you are going to fill in the missing words. Of course, you are going to write your answer in a separate sheet of paper, which you are going to submit during the retrieval of your modules and answer sheets. Okay, so before you answer, don't forget that most of the large companies would just buy a payroll program that they will use for their companies. However, this complicated payroll program is not really necessary for small businesses. So aside from its exorbitant price, some of the other functions are not really important for personal or small business use. So you have to uh, be familiar or be, let's say, really understand what you have learned for today's lesson. So for your additional activity, simply fill in the word or group of words on the blank. Okay, so I will read this for you. Preparing blank is not that really hard. All you need is a computer with a blank program and you can create your own spreadsheet. You just need to do it once and you can use it again for every payroll period. In starting a spreadsheet, you'll see that it has letter across the top to identify each blank and numbers down the left side to identify each blank. You just need to open a tab and know your data to input. There are hundreds of functions to use in this program. For beginners, you can use blank to add, blank to subtract, blank to divide, and blank to sum it up, and a lot more. Don't be afraid to explore the Microsoft spreadsheet, and you will find out that it has a lot of use more than just the payroll. Okay.